First Sergeant Pagan, Alpha Company 299 BEB, Sapper First Sergeant, and I'll be talking about the basic installation of a radio, putting it to use so that you can use in the field. All right, so what we currently have right here is the ASIP radio. All right, the Advanced System Improvement Program, that's what ASIP stands for. RT1523 Echo. All right, so RT is radio transmitter. Okay, and then if you look on the actual nomenclature, you'll see the Echo, which is basically just a series of improvements that have happened throughout the years with the actual radio itself. Okay, on the side here, I have our non-rechargeable lithium battery. Okay, so our 5590. Okay, so how do you know that this is a non-rechargeable? So on the top portion where this piece is right here, okay, you should have a meter essentially that tells you how much battery life you have on that battery. We don't have that here, so we immediately understand that this is a non-rechargeable battery. Okay, radio, we have the cover, we have a long whip antenna, okay, about 42 inches once fully expanded, and then we have a basic hand mic ready for use. All right, so continue on with the radio, okay, so with this one battery at full charge, okay, coming right out of the box, you're hoping to get about 33 hours of actual use, okay? Now, if it's in the radio and it's currently on standby, which you'll learn a little bit about later, okay, it's about 200 hours, so, okay, which should equate to about 8 days, right, where it's going to hold all your presets and whatnot, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and put this bad boy into operation. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this sideways, all right? I'm going to go ahead and get my battery. I'm going to go ahead and put it inside the hole, and I'm going to go ahead and put this piece in. All right, so with this part, okay, so make sure that you keep this on the actual portion right here, okay? Because if not, it becomes very hard to put it in and take it off when you're trying to take this apart, all right? You go ahead and take the cap, okay? Go ahead and place it in. All right, so you'll see there's a groove here on the side, okay? So you just got to make sure it's in, make sure this is perpendicular to the radio, or you're going to push down, you're going to turn to the side. Trouble, sorry, okay, and then you're going to go ahead and put this down, okay, so you'll know that it's in place when you can't basically lift up the actual cover of the ASIP radio, okay. All right, and then here we're going to go ahead and now put everything else together. So what you have here is you're going to have your J1, your J2, your J3. What we care about today is your J1 and J3, okay, so your antenna and basically your hand mic, okay. Right here, this is what you call the ASIP RT function switch. We'll get to that here in a little bit. All right, so first we're going to go ahead and put the long whip antenna. So if you look on the inside of the long whip antenna, you'll see that there's two holes right here, okay? If you look down here on the J1, you'll see those two little nipples that are protruding, and you're gonna make sure that they line up there, okay? So you'll go ahead, place it on top, just go ahead and turn it a little bit, you'll know if you're in, and then go ahead and screw it on. All right, you're gonna make sure you screw it all the way down so that you get the best from your antenna, okay? And then next we'll go ahead and get the hand mic. The biggest thing on the hand mic is make sure that you have that O-ring on the inside, okay? If you don't, it's going to mess with connectivity issues. So often you'll hear people say go ahead and wet the inside. You can do that with water, you can do it with your own spit. I don't recommend putting your tongue in it because other people might be doing it, but all I do is grab my finger, put a little bit on the inside, and then basically what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and turn until I feel like it stops. Okay, I'm going to push in and then turn to the right, pull a little bit just to make sure that it's in. Okay, so now the radio is actually ready to turn on. Okay, so before we turn it on, I just want to go ahead and tell you a little bit more about this ASIP RT function switch. Okay, so everything you have here, you have the off position, which basically states that the radio is in the off position. That's all. You have the Z, which is your 0. So if you have a fill or anything like that, after the field, you'll go ahead and turn. You'll what's called Z out your radio, okay? So basically what it'll do is it will clear your radio from any encryption or ComSec that's in the radio, okay? So go down to standby, all right? So standby basically just puts the radio in a low state of power, okay? So it keeps all those, like your frequencies, your fill, and all that good stuff, it'll keep it when you put it on standby. You turn it to off, you risk a chance of losing everything that you have because on the off position, it is not drawing any power from the actual battery. All right, so your test So TST on the bottom. Okay, so what that does is it pushes power to every piece of the equipment that's on this radio. All right, and essentially what it's going to tell you is if there's something wrong. So you'll get a fail, a handshake fail, a RF fail, or whatnot. Handshake fail meaning that your hand mic is not working correctly. RF fail meaning that maybe your antenna is not connected properly and you're unable to use your antenna. Okay. Load, you'll see load a lot because you'll be putting in frequencies on that setting. All right, squelch on. So this is a normal operating position of the radio during frequency mode or frequency hop mode. Okay, so understand that it's normal. Okay, for single channel modes, this position kind of reduces the noise that you'll hear on the net. All right, squelch off. Well, actually on this one, I think you really won't need that one. Okay, so REM, for the REM up top. So if you want to disable the front panel, okay, to use remote control units or anything like that, that's what you'll use that portion for. And then the RXMT, which is basically retransmit, that's for retrans, all right? So for a lot of us guys down on the line, we won't have to deal with that too much. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this bad boy on. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and turn it to the actual test, all right? So we're gonna lift up because it's in the off position, and we're going to bring it down to test. All right, so it's going to go through a series of checks. Okay, so you'll see weight. All right, and basically what's happening right now